So in this segment, we're going to be talking about Liz Truss willing to essentially get rid of the Northern Ireland Protocol. So Liz Truss says she will not accept a deal which means goods from GB being checked as they enter Northern Ireland. So that's the effective end of the Northern Ireland Protocol. Ms Truss, now the UK's lead negotiator with the EU in post-Brexit talks, was writing in the Sunday Telegraph. The only issue is that this is not the best writing from the BBC. She says, I will not sign up to anything that sees the people of Northern Ireland unable to benefit from the same decisions on taxation as spending as the rest of the UK. Well, they benefit from the same policies as taxation. Spending, unless she's talking about subsidies, that would be the issue. And she says, or which will see the goods moving within our own country being subject to checks. So I think there's a slight issue with this BBC article, which she talks about the Good Friday Agreement, even though Brexit effectively causes a lot of damage to the Good Friday Agreement, which Liz Truss probably would have acknowledged kind of pre-Brexit. She says, we are proposing a common sense solution. Goods going to the EU should go through customs formalities and those staying in the UK should not. And so what the BBC is saying here is a bit disingenuous, so I'm not sure what the title is going to be on this video, but she's saying, they're saying Foreign Secretary Liz Truss says she'll not accept a deal which means goods moving from GB won't be words. She's saying she will not accept a deal which means goods going from Britain to being checked as they enter Northern Ireland. So essentially she's saying no checks. That's how I've read this article from the BBC. The issue is that Liz Truss has said goods staying in Northern Ireland shouldn't be checked. But the problem is, how do you know what's staying in Northern Ireland, what's going out, unless you put a hard border in, the island of Ireland. The other issue is that, I think the EU have asked for certain data on trade for goods going from GB to NI, and that would help them easier kind of track what's going into Ireland rather than staying in Northern Ireland, if that makes sense. So kind of what are GB exporting to Northern Ireland? If the EU have that kind of data, they can kind of monitor to see what's going into Ireland from there. But the UK won't give that sort of data. But, this is the actual article that Liz Truss wrote. What I'll do is I'll link this in the description. But, this is what's proposed originally anyways, that goods not at risk going into Ireland and therefore into this EU single market would not be checked. The problem is, because without the UK giving the data, it means that more goods are going to have to be checked because the EU aren't going to be 100% sure what's going from GB directly into Ireland via Northern Ireland. That's a problem. She said, we are happy to continue checking goods going onto Ireland to protect the EU single market and to ensure that there's no need for a hard border. The problem is, without giving the data and without doing the proper checks, that's not going to happen. She goes on a bit more saying independent arbitration is the international norm for such agreements, and that is what we want to see. As I have said, we need to end the role of the ECJ as the final arbiter for disputes. That's not going to happen. I saw a bit from this gentleman here, Adam Payne, where he talked about Liz Truss's potential endgame here, because she's trying to appeal to people like this, David Jones in the Mail for the Mail on Sunday, hardliners essentially, trying to appeal to people like him. And so there's a bit here. There is one possible series of events being bandied about in Westminster is that if Truss fails to make a breakthrough in talks with Šefčovič over the next few weeks, she will push Downing Street to use Article 16, and if Johnson refuses, she'll resign and look like a proper hardliner. That could be one of her plays. The other play could be she's going to continue on this road. She's going to get a deal on agri-foods. Then she's going to, hope Johnson resigns. So she's giving it till March to get a deal on agri-foods, right? So she could easily wait. That's 3 months away. Johnson could be out in the meantime. Leadership election ensues. She becomes Tory Prime Minister. Then she puts someone else as Brexit Minister, and that person has to deal with the fallout of her comments on the ECJ. The other solution is that Sunak becomes Prime Minister. Liz Truss is either demoted or resigns from the role of Brexit Minister, and therefore, once again, someone will have to deal with this situation. They're the kind of possibilities. Some of the possibilities, but she's trying to appeal to people like this clown here, David Jones, and the BBC have been slightly unfair to her. But this article was written before her meeting with Šefčovič. We don't actually know what was said, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I haven't seen too much come out of it, but the BBC kind of writing this is very strange. Honestly, I don't know why the BBC have framed this as Foreign Secretary Truss says she will not accept a deal, which means goods going from Britain being checked as they enter Northern Ireland, which isn't the case. She's saying if they're going to stay in Northern Ireland, then don't check them. But if they're going to Ireland, check them. That's more what she said. But yeah, I don't know why the BBC have done this, but I don't know a lot of things. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to leave it there. I'm not sure. I'm going to do my best not to clickbait the title, but yeah. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.